Hello, you're welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom. We're broadcasting live from our studio at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane at Tessano here in Accra. I am Charles Osukumi. Coming up. Police reject claims of intimidation over heavy security deployment for Akwatia by-election.
Ghana Police Service has deployed massively to Akwatia, and our objective is to ensure that the election proceeds smoothly and we have a peaceful by-election. We are here to ensure the security of every person in Akwatia.
Also coming up, 12 aspirants cleared for NDC's Tamale Central Primaries. The party calls for peaceful campaign.
It took time, and we also allowed you to be part of the process when we're talking to them, to listen to their concerns, so that we'll be able to address all those concerns, so that it is in our interest to indeed ensure that the elections are free and fair.
Later on the Channel 1 Newsroom, Interior Minister pledges swift action to restore peace in Sola Bole in the Savannah region.
It's a generic term that we are using. I mean, you know there's curfew, and in the curfew it has stated everything. No carrying of arms, no wearing war regalia, no carrying of offensive weapons and all that. And the historical hands have given us assurance that they are going to cooperate with the security agencies to ensure that all these things are brought to
And government decries growing disregard for Ga people, urges respect for Ga traditions.
What's wrong with your gun?
Yeah.
One small family.
Yeah.
She will care abu of you.
Yeah.
Okay, one is our same here. I can walk.
Nakai.
Okay, we'll pay local here.
Yeah.
Grateful to you for choosing the Channel 1 Newsroom. Let's begin with the upcoming Akwatia by-election. The Ghana Police Service has dismissed claims that its deployment of 5,500 personnel for that upcoming by-election is meant to intimidate voters. According to the Director of Public Affairs, Assistant Commissioner of Police Grace Ansah-Krofi, the heightened security presence is aimed at safeguarding voters and residents of the constituency before, during and after the polls, not to create fear. Channel 1 News' Neoni Amate Kanaku, reporting from Akwatia, has more details on security arrangements and the final stages of campaigning by the major parties.
On Sunday, the police service staged a show of force along the principal street of Boedia and Akwatia ahead of the September 2 by-election. ACP Grace Akrofi explained that the deployment of 5,500 officers will cover all 119 polling stations across the constituency 21 electoral areas, which have been divided into 9 security zones to ensure maximum safety.
The Ghana Police Service has deployed massively to Akwatia, and our objective is to ensure that the election proceeds smoothly and we have a peaceful by-election. We are here to ensure the security of every person in Akwatia, including every person who will go out on the election day to vote. Once again, we want to assure you that if you see our men in town, just remember that we are here because of you. We are here because of your safety. We are here because of your security. As our Director General of Operations informed you the other day, our men are on the ground. Adequate vehicles have been deployed. Our mobile patrol teams are on. The Black Maria is also available. That is our mobile cells. We are here.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram and Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation, Samuel Nate George, has described the upcoming by-election as a humiliating embarrassment for the opposition New Patriotic Party NPP.
Humiliating embarrassment for them, that much I can assure you. We're confident that the second election for this constituency that's happening on the 2nd of December is going to be a second endorsement of the NDC's good governance for lawyer Bernard, who is also the second on the ballot paper. So it's obvious. I mean, everywhere you go through town, we did a few church services today. At a point in time, one of the church services, I turned to Mamaga and Jifa and asked her, is this a church service or a rally? Because it was separate that the church was dancing to. And what hit me was they said, Mahama Beye.
Responding to allegations of vote buying, Sam George criticized the NPP, calling it the National Problem Party, and asserted that the governing NDC should be credited for putting taxpayers' money to good use through nationwide development.
Drip equipment were bought to construct roads. In fact, we should be credited that we're putting the taxpayers' money to good use. They bought the drip equipment and couldn't use them. Taxpayers' money, causing financial loss to the state. We're putting the drip equipment to practical use. When we fix the road, and don't worry, even the drip equipment, like I said, they haven't paid for it. John Mahama is going to pay for it because John Mahama fixes every mess of the NPP. But the reality here is, when the road is fixed, do they ask you, are you NDC or NPP before you use the road? That's the problem of the NPP. For them, everything is about blue and white or red and green. But for us, it's about the red, gold, green.
Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts Minister and MP for Ketu South, Jifa Abla Gomashi, along with Dome Kwabenya MP, Elik Blim Akolugu, and Sam George all expressed confidence in an NDC victory.
Akwatia, over the 8 years, what is there to show? That's the question I'm asking them, and I don't have answers. And as Sam George just said, in the 8 months that we have been in power, they've seen something tangible, something they can make reference to. Look, we all learn from examples. If you have these kinds of examples, what are you going to look for?
On the campaign trail for the NPP, former Education Minister and flag bearer hopeful, Dr. Osei Educhum urged voters to focus on competence rather than party affiliation, as he canvassed door-to-door support for NPP candidate Solomon Asumedu, particularly within Akwatia's Zongo communities.
Let's stay in Akwatia. We're joined via telephone by the National Youth Organizer of the NPP, Salam Mustafa. I'm grateful to you, Salam, for speaking to us on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Massive police deployments. Earlier, your party raised concerns about a possible deployment of some military. The police have told us that the over 500 personnel they have deployed are only there to safeguard voters and residents. Do you still have any concerns about the security arrangements you have noticed in Akwatia so far?
Thank you, and good evening to all your viewers. Akwatia is peaceful and calm. Campaigns are brisk, almost at the verge of ending campaigns, as tomorrow is campaign-free day. So we are currently on the last lap of our campaign to draw down the curtains. On issues of security, indeed, the IGP, in a meeting with the political parties, did mention heavy deployment of police. Ahead of us, we saw initially deployment of police at checkpoints. However, in the last 2-3 days or so, we noticed that all the men have been recalled from the various checkpoints, on whose orders we are not too clear, and no explanation has been given to us. But be it as it may, we are told that the police would be in full swing on Tuesday, and I can tell you that since we started our programs today, there's been deployment of security officers. But security goes beyond just men in uniform and all that. I've had calls to put out today some of the things we are picking up that we think that the police should be on top of their brief, that some hoodlums from Greater Accra, Ashanti region, preparing to adorn police uniforms and embark on some nefarious operations that has come to our attention. We are putting it to the police. And in our meeting with the police, we did indicate to them that we want to see the normal, police operating standards where police uniforms have the name tags of the officers and they should not be marked. So on Tuesday, any marked officer we see, we will count the person as not a professional and a proper police person, because there should not be any marked officer as far as deployment is concerned. So we cannot get to polling stations and see marked people in some uniforms that we cannot identify who they are. We want to know who ever is deployed, and that we have put before the police, authorities, that this is the standard that we know, and that it should not be out of the normal on Tuesday as well. So as we go ahead, we also are not leaving anything to chance. We are preparing briskly to ensure that we are able to ensure our own safety and security here, and also the security of all voters. And that's why we think that the police should be on top of their brief, that the peaceful society we have come to meet in Akwatia, we conclude the elections and leave here and leave behind a peaceful society that was. And this is paramount to all of us. So in order to avoid any form of trouble, any form, of misunderstanding, I think that once there is plain, and fair, work being done that we can all see and allude to, everybody will be comforted that everything is going in the proper way that they should. But where we see that things are not being done, in the rightful manner, then we will have, issues, to raise. Election day, Tuesday, is all about security.
Okay.
And I think that it will be a blot on the image of the police, their reputation, that they would allow the NDC to manipulate them and allow some miscreants and hoodlums to come and misbehave like we saw in Ayawaso, in Ablekuma North, in the recent rerun that we saw.
Commander, is the NPP going into this election with its own security arrangements, or you are trusting the police?
We want to trust the police. We want to, but they must earn the trust. Trust is not put on the table and sold that the police would do so and will go and buy. They must earn the trust. And the recent happenings around the police itself doesn't engender trust, and that's where the problem is. If 8 people are put before a court of law that they've gone to cause mayhem in Ablekuma North, and they plead guilty and they are released on bail, we think that is a cause of concern. There's partisanship in the discharge of their activities. Also, the mode of arrest we have known the police for in the last 8 months has been Rambo style, boots towards NPP activists, but when it comes to NDC people, they are not arrested, they are treated with kids' gloves and all that. There's an imbalance, and that breeds contempt, and contempt breeds rebellion. And I hope that we don't get to a place that there's rebellion. Otherwise, the police will have a lot of work to deal with. So the police must earn our trust, because we cannot entrust our lives into their hands for them to experiment with.
Right.
If I come here and I am standing alone, I don't have my own personal security, trusting that the police will protect me, and I'm attacked, and the only thing the police officers can do is to stand and watch me being beaten, then there's a problem.
Okay.
What happened in Ablekumanov has given us, chills, and we will only trust the police when we see fairness at play, and that is. They must earn it from this by-election. For now, we will take our own personal security very seriously.
Okay. Commander, before you go, the election itself on Tuesday, Global Info Analytics put out a poll on Friday, and that poll puts the NDC's candidates ahead of yours. Is there panic amongst your ranks?
Not at all, not at all. I mean, Musa Dankwa can do his polls for all we care. We are not sleeping here. We didn't come here to do a picnic. As we speak, you can, hear the noise in the background. We are working. And our candidate is more likable than the NDC. We are currently, as I am speaking to you, we are in the hometown of the NDC candidate. And come and see the people here and their response. This guy doesn't even talk to his own father. His own community people say he's snobbish, he's disrespectful. So they are ready to vote for the NPP person. I have gone to NDC strong areas who say that they will vote for the NPP candidate, Esumedu, because they know Kwame Esumedu is a good listener, is a good giver, is a good leader, and therefore they will vote for him. So whatever the polls, people do, they can have the polls. We will have the downs, and we are working it. We are going to work and earn every single vote. When you see, the kind of work we have done, not so much social media, but going to the voters, and talking to them and assuring that this by-election will be incident-free, there will not be violence, they should be free to come out to vote. And we know that, by the grace of God, we will honor our late brother, Ernest Kumi, with a resounding victory.
Thank you very much. Salam Mustafa is the National Youth Organizer for the NPP, speaking to us from Akwatia, where a by-election will be held on Tuesday, September 2. Now, everything about that by-election will be live here on Channel 1 TV and also on City 97.3 FM. Let's go to another by-election that's upcoming in Tamale Central, and because all 12 aspirants vying for that Tamale Central constituency parliamentary seat have successfully passed the vetting process with the primaries set for September 6, 2025 at the Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium in Tamale. Party leadership of the NDC is urging all aspirants to conduct their campaigns peacefully and refrain from personal attacks on fellow contenders. Our Northern Regional Bureau Chief Shawana Yusuf has more in this report.
The vetting panel, chaired by NDC Deputy General Secretary Lawyer Barbara Sewa Asamoah, concluded its work shortly after midday, clearing all 12 aspirants to contest in the upcoming parliamentary primaries. Speaking in an interview, the vetting committee chairperson expressed confidence in the caliber of the aspirants, describing them as highly qualified for the position. She also reaffirmed the party's commitment to ensuring a transparent and credible election process in the Tamale Central constituency.
We took time, and we also allowed you to be part of the process when we're talking to them, to listen to their concerns, so that we'll be able to address all those concerns, so that it is in our interest to indeed ensure that the elections are free and fair, especially when it's such competitive, and knowing that whoever emerges as the parliamentary candidate is already in parliament, the stakes are very, very high. And so it's whatever we will do as a party to make sure that the elections go free and fair, we have to do it so that we don't get any acrimony at all after the election, especially looking at the circumstances that we find ourselves in.
Some aspirants speaking to Channel 1 TV pledged to lead a peaceful and issue-based campaign as the primaries draw closer.
I have a burden, I have a responsibility to discharge to the constituent. My pledge and prayer is that if they give me that responsibility, I'll actually do and deliver what President Mahama has promised to the good people of this country. And this constituency or this country would be a better place.
Other contenders also expressed optimism about their chances, sharing their perspective with Channel 1 TV.
We just have to be patient. It's God who chooses. We are all in here.
It's only God who will choose the winner. So we just have to be patient. Everything in life is about patience, and we need to be patient.
Northern Regional Minister Ali Adolf John emphasized the need for unity within the party during this crucial period, calling on members to rally behind the eventual winner of the primaries.
The immediate followers, talk to them. They should know how to talk about your colleague aspirants within this time. It's very important. Should Honorable Gundado become the candidate, he needs all of you. Should Honorable Shamima become the candidate, he needs all of you, Prof, and each of you. Mbalba, Madam, you need each other. So please, we have already told you that this is an internal thing that we are doing. Let us also see all of you again following one person during the contest after the primaries. It's very, very, very important. So please have it at the back of your mind. We shall take note. As regional executives, we shall take note. As a regional minister, I will take note. After we have finished these primaries, those who will come out and follow the candidate to do the next round of the final round of the campaign, I will be watching. Tomorrow, you never can tell anything. We don't pray that our MPs should be dying. But anything can happen, and we need somebody to go and fix somewhere. We can project you. So please, this is very, very, very important, and we shall take note of how you conduct, especially the women, how you conduct yourself during this campaign, and your immediate followers. We shall take note of all that. Otherwise, they will scare the rest from following you should you become the candidate, and that will not help us.
All 12 aspirants vying for the Tamale Central Constituency seat have gone through vetting successfully, with all of them having to kick the grounds running in anticipation of winning the seat after the primaries, which is scheduled for 6 September 2025. Party executives are warning that any candidate who has supporters fomenting trouble in the area in the lead up to the primary scheduled for 6 September would be dealt with massively. For Channel 1 News, my name is Shawana Yusuf, reporting from the Northern Regional Coordinating Council here in Tamale.
Now, back in Accra, the capital city's worsening sanitation situation has become a major concern, with mountain waste threatening public health and the environment. Jubi Rafiakintin reports on the growing menace and efforts by authorities to curb it.
Filth, and more filth everywhere. That's the reality of Ghana's capital, Accra. From bustling highways to quiet back streets, open gutters to lorry parks and shop fronts, to residential areas, piles of garbage, locally called bola, have become part of the city's landscape. This deepening sanitation challenge is fueling outbreaks of cholera, typhoid, malaria, and other hygiene-related illnesses. Data from the 2021 Population and Housing Census by the Ghana Statistical Service reveals that only 51.4% of urban households have their solid waste collected. This means nearly half of residents lack access to basic waste management services. The Accra Metropolitan Assembly's 2020 report paints an even grimmer picture. The city generates about 3,000 tons of waste every day, yet only a fraction is collected. The rest is dumped in open drains, worsening flooding and choking waterways. But what do residents believe is behind this alarming situation?
Accra sanitation problem is part of our behavior as citizens. And we Ghanaians said, if you don't give us force, we will not do the right thing because people are not watching us.
It's an issue that is sort of complex. One of them is got to do with the provision, like the fact that there are no bins, that are readily accessible for people to put in their stuff. So it's also an attitude thing where people sort of feel that it's okay to just litter.
Our district assemblies are not working at all. They are not doing anything better to help us. And sometimes we have this dirt and debris around. When you complain, no one comes to work on it. Then cholera might spread out or the rest. 100% of the Ghanaians are dirty. Yeah. In fact, I'm dirty. We are all dirty. Yes, let's put it right, because we might take Pure water sachets, for instance, everywhere has pure water sachets. You might just take it and just drop it on the street thinking someone will come and pick it up. But at the end of the day, it doesn't get picked up.
Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu echoes these frustrations, pointing fingers at the inaction of metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives MMDCEs.
I'm extremely disappointed with the level of inefficiency and complacency being exhibited by some of our chief executives. At this stage, excuses are nothing but an embarrassment to the people we serve. The sanitation situation in this region is unacceptable. It is a core responsibility. The stench, the filth, the choke drains are a reflection of your failure to lead from this moment. Your performance on sanitation will be under the strictest monitoring. The era of excuses is over.
So the pressing question is, how can the nation chart a way forward?
But I think if they give the district assemblies those chances to sanction people on it, I think it will help a little.
More education has to be moving from door to door to educate them, and they have to tell them the consequences for what? Wrong dumping and wrong littering and all this. And so
You would have to first provide the bins. I mean, like if there are no bins, why are you penalizing people? So you need to provide bins. And that justifies if I put something outside the bin, then you can actually penalize me.
We should have an education. Maybe if the district assemblies could go around and gather the youth to educate them on how to clean up their environments and put around dustbins, which can help us reduce the debris in town. Yeah.
Some municipal chief executives, MCEs, are now rolling out fresh initiatives aimed at tackling sanitation woes in their jurisdictions.
We have initiated a two-way system collection point that is morning and evening, where the compactors go around to collect the refuse. These are also on evidence-based, and I want to show it to the camera. Currently, we have procured all sanitation materials, and we are about in November launching sanitation guards to manage the two constituencies, so as refuse collection will be a rapid and a responsible one.
While government has assured to implement measures to address the unsanitary conditions in Accra, citizens are being urged to keep their surroundings and environment tidy to halt this disturbing trend. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Ijubi Biafwe Akinti.
You are still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Interior Minister pledges swift action to restore peace in Sola in the Savannah region. We have details in a bit. Please stay with us.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the great. See, this wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
In Ghana, West Africa, the mornings are somewhat, if not for the perfect companion. What a good day to start. Work is always effective with NASCO home appliances. Good vibes only while you wait. The feeling hits very deep. Enijepa, I want NASCO fear. NASCO, bring home happiness.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame? As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
God, Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Welcome back to the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Now, there is growing public concern, particularly among users of the Sofoline bus terminal in the Kwadaso municipality of the Ashanti region, over worsening sanitation conditions at the facility. Filth is steadily engulfing the terminal, with piles of uncollected refuse in dustbins, raising serious health concerns for both drivers and passengers. This situation poses a threat to progress towards sustainable development Goal 3 on good health and well-being, as well as SDG 6 on clean water and sanitation. Channel 1 News' Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Hafiz Tijani, has more.
The Sofoline bus terminal is one of the busiest transport hubs in the Ashanti region, serving hundreds of passengers daily. However, the poor sanitation conditions have rendered the facility both unattractive and unsafe, undermining efforts to achieve SDG 11 on sustainable cities and communities. Food vendor Mata Abrefi says the environment poses a threat to her livelihood. She laments that refuse from uncollected dustbins often scatters across the terminal, worsening the situation.
Oh, nampany for Momo Prapra. Momo Papa, na minimum Nancy, the Ecosunti Emma, a plan of Swatsi, a plan of more plabets, the Pejana mean to me with the Intia.
Passengers share similar concerns and are calling for swift intervention to protect public health.
Yeah, to me, those managing here should manage it well, because when you come, you see filth around, all water bottles, rubbers, and all that. They should provide that dustbins, all locations, and they should arrange the cars in a safety way.
No, it's we are prone to so many health risks. So if we're able to do that, it will help us. But for here, the debt that they've been doing over here, it's overwhelming, if I may put it that way. If there is any drastic improvement that they can do to, curb this situation, it will be all right.
Managers of the terminal admit the sanitation challenge and acknowledged its potential health implications.
Say ene ama ochina ama ese wira ni kuwa no nyina na nipa e ba drivers if ya to prayer mo bia na e bia pra be wi e bola no ye tumi nsoa na e jane you see we egu asisi e ya re be this year see ya e dey how.
The Sofoline bus terminal is under the supervision of the Kwadaso Municipal Assembly, which is tasked not only with revenue collection but also with ensuring proper sanitation. Poor management here jeopardizes Ghana's commitment to SDG 12 on responsible consumption and production, as improper waste handling threatens both human health and the environment. Kwadaso Municipal Chief Executive has assured residents that measures are being put in place to address the situation.
Every day, we know that we have cleaners on the terminal who have been doing the cleanup exercises for us. They've been cleaning the terminal always. And sometimes, maybe it might be due to supervision. And so I will get in touch with the environmental head and then ask her, because I went there. In fact, I didn't see anything, but you people, you have two eyes. Because that is your aim of going there, so you have to be looking for. So, but I think I'll applaud you for that, because I think it'll be you. But a lot of things that we sitting here, we won't see it. So I'll make sure that I will go there, check there, and then see how best we can fix those problems.
For drivers and passengers, immediate action is crucial to prevent a looming public health crisis at the terminal.
The poor sanitation at this busy terminal continues to pose a threat to passengers and drivers who patronize this facility. They want authorities managing this facility to step up efforts in addressing this issue. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News, Sofoline Bus Terminal, Ashanti Region.
Now, 3 people have been confirmed dead after violent clashes broke out between supporters of rival chiefs during the sprinkling of traditional kwekule as part of the Omanjo Ghomomo festival in Accra. Police say a misunderstanding between the two factions quickly escalated into an exchange of gunfire, resulting in the fatalities and leaving several others injured. More details in this report. Tensions marred the Omanjo Ghomomo celebration as clashes erupted between Omanjo and Sotum factions over boundary disputes during the kwekule sprinkling, leading to the death of 3. According to a police statement, preliminary investigations reveal that the exchange of gunfire was a result of a misunderstanding amongst followers of 2 rival chiefs. The 3 who lost their lives are Abubakar Ramadan Saba, Theophilus Ni Amukwejan, and Joseph Shaibu Dodu. 4 others have also sustained various degrees of injuries. Portions of the police statement reads, "The bodies of the deceased have been deposited at the police hospital mortuary for preservation and autopsy, while the injured are receiving necessary medical attention." The Accra Regional Police Command has deployed additional personnel to restore calm and maintain law and order in the affected areas. Intelligence-led operations are underway to identify and arrest all those involved in the violence. The command strongly cautions traditional rulers, elders and their supporters to adhere strictly to agreed security arrangements and avoid acts that could jeopardize public peace. Still on security matters, the Minister for the Interior, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, has assured the overlord of Gonja that the government will take all necessary steps to restore peace in the Sola Bole area, which has recently been affected by violent clashes. Speaking to the media after a closed-door meeting at the Jakpa Palace in Damango, the minister expressed the government's concern over the loss of lives and destruction of property. He emphasized the importance of close collaboration between traditional leaders, community stakeholders, and security agencies in resolving the unrest and ensuring long-term stability in the region.
It's a generic term that we are using. I mean, you know there's curfew, and in the curfew, it has stated everything. No carrying of arms, no wearing war regalia, no carrying of offensive weapons and all that. And the His Royal Highness have given us assurance that they are going to cooperate with the security agencies to ensure that all these things are brought to an end. So be rest assured that, I mean, we are just calling on all the freedom factions to understand that nothing can be compared to peace. Once we all agree to sit down and begin talking, I'm sure all these things will be a thing of the past. Thank you very much. Sure, I mean, you see the immigration officers here. Now we are even combining both the, not only the immigration, but the military and the police, and they are patrolling the whole of our stretch. We are also engaging our colleagues across the borders, I mean, in Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire, for all of us to hold the line, to just ensure that we do not necessarily cross to create problems for each other. So all those things have been taken over. I can assure you that we are not leaving any stone unturned. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is very concerned, and he's showing leadership and is pushing to make sure that we resolve all these things as soon as possible, so that peace will be returned to this place.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Gamanche decries growing disregard for Ga people, urges respect for traditions. The news will be back shortly. Please stay with us.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you banked like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the Ifo Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rise, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies.
Thank you for staying with us. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Now, the Tano Basin Secretariat and the Water Resources Commission has raised concerns about pollution in the Tano River, attributing it to the activities of some residents living along its banks. According to the Secretariat, key contributors include farming too close to the river and the indiscriminate disposal of waste both directly into the river and along its banks. In response, the Secretariat says it has intensified efforts to protect and preserve the Tano and is urging attitudinal change from communities along the river. Channel 1 News' Michael Sapoinfum reports.
The Tano River begins its journey in Techimai in the Bunu East region, flowing over 500 kilometers before entering the Atlantic Ocean in the western region. Along its course, the river winds through 6 regions and even forms part of Ghana's border with Ivory Coast. For communities in the Bunu East, Bono, Ahafo, Ashanti, Western North and Western regions, the Tano is more than just a river. It is life. It supplies water to 3 Ghana Water Company treatment plants, including Tanoso in the Bunu East region, Abisim in Bunu, and Achensua in the Ahafo region. At Tanoso, residents say the The river is critical to their daily survival, and they are playing their part to protect it.
Tano River is very useful for the people of Tano. It has so many purposes. For instance, we use it for domestic purpose, agricultural, and then industrial purpose. Domestically, we use it for washing, bathing, cooking, drinking, and so many other purposes. There are a lot of things that have been put in place. For instance, we don't wear footwear into the river. If you want to fetch, you don't wear footwear, you remove it. And then around the river, we don't cut down trees.
Nsuo de nneɛma bebree ɛnoa na ɛde anyoa ɛnoa so na ɛde sanom so mutu pipe ma atrisi ya etim besa nsuo no bi ɛde ɛnom ɛnoa so na afomfo de ɛde ɛyɛ adwuma atrisi no yɛbɔ ho ban sɛ bi a polythene kra no ntimi fanto hat sɛ bi a bola ne ade de ha de ntimi fa bi nyɛ de ɛma ha firi sɛ nsuo no ɛnoa na ɛnom ɛnoa so no ɛsa yɛ ade bebree etim de yɛ aduane ne nneɛma bebree.
But at Enyinabrim, a community in the Techiman municipality of the Bunu East region, the story is different. Poor environmental practices and indiscriminate waste disposal are threatening the river's health. Two concerned residents share their frustrations.
But their question there, Obiani Jones, since you are a supplier, I am there, and you can claim a fee ban. Among the campaign. Yes, campaign for campaign for boya. No more to Omana Abba Abba, no more than Mra out to Kwama Manaya Juma. Ama ya so I ever support me. I'm a Maranaya Jumananka, soon one down clear. Give a boy.
Oh, Maninjo, because although the entire Maninjo say, you soon only Padodo now you so me and soon you soon. So be a young son of Basana who are. Seriously, the money in the engine because at times you won't say was like in so to nobody said that your ball good.
Efforts to get officials of the Ghana Water Company to comment on the impact of the river's condition on their operations were unsuccessful. However, Solomon Danso Ankama, Deputy Director at the Tano Basin Secretariat of the Water Resources Commission, has been shedding light on the situation.
We have agriculture. These days, people are farming close to our rivers, especially in the dry season. These people apply weedicides and also fertilizer and others. And when it rains, all these fertilizers and chemicals find their way into the water. But unfortunately, because sometimes these fertilizers and then pesticides doesn't affect the stability of the water much, as Ghanaians, we're not talking about them. But if you analyze the water quality, you see them showing. So it tells us that the use of these chemicals also affects our water bodies in terms of quality. Then again, the farming too. Once you farm very close to the river, the soil becomes loose. So when it rains, it carries the sediment into the riverbed, and this increases siltation, which eventually leads to flooding, and also reduces the river channel. Then also encroachment by developers. People are building close to within our river buffers, especially in the town centers. If you look at Techiman, for instance, that's where the most upstream of the tunnel. People are encroaching the river buffer. So once people are building close within the buffer, some of them too, they have their effluent of this their household liquid waste being channeled into the river.
He also outlines ongoing interventions and strategies being implemented to safeguard the river.
So we are educating the population and our local communities about the implementation of a buffer zone policy, which will allow people to farm beyond the buffer. Once people are out of the buffer, it means that we can have enough vegetation close to the river. Once we have a good buffer, it will serve as a sieve, making sure that before the erosion and other water use or discharges get into the water, we might have certain quality. In that case, it will help reduce the turbidity of our water bodies and also the quality too as well, and also reduce sedimentation of the riverbed. And constantly too, we keep on educating our communities, telling our people the effect of their activities on water quantity and quality.
The management at the Tano Basin Secretariat under the Water Resources Commission says it will continue to intensify its education to protect River Tano. For Channel 1 News, Michael Saponinfum.
Now, the Gamanche, King Takite Kochu II, has expressed concern over what he describes as a growing disregard for the people of Ghana, despite their role as custodians of Ghana's capital city. Speaking at Edeba to climax the 2025 Ghomomo celebrations in Pune, the Gamanche stressed the importance of respecting Ghana customs and traditions, even in the cosmopolitan setting of the Greater Accra region. He has, however, reaffirmed the commitment of traditional authorities to safeguarding peace and harmony in the region. Channel 1 News' Fauzi Masoudu has more.
Celebrated annually on the last Tuesday of August, this year's Ghomomo Festival in Pune featured a vibrant display of Ghana culture and heritage, from the rhythmic beats of traditional drums to the ceremonial firing of muskets. The celebrations reflected the Ghana people's resilience and their historical triumph over famine. The festivities culminated into a Debar of Chiefs, which also served as a platform to address critical development issues in the community.
Basically, this has been a period of about almost 7 weeks. Yes. We were planning this Debar alongside the other programs for the Ghomomo Festival. Ghomomo basically is a period of merrymaking, but this time I want to add another dimension to it because we are faced with a lot of challenges. One, education. One, health. So we want to use the Ghomomo occasion to gather the people and mobilize some funds where we can use to support education and health in the traditional area.
With the theme Uniting for Development, the Debar brought together all 10 clans of the Pune traditional area, led by their respective chiefs. Delivering his keynote address, Gamanche King Takite Kochu II reiterated concerns about the perceived marginalization of the Ghana people despite their role as custodians of the nation's capital.
What's wrong with your gun? Yeah. Once more famous. Yeah. She will care abu of you. Yeah. Okay, well, this I was saying here, I can't have Nakai. Okay, we can pay a look here. Yeah. Bonnie was G. Yeah. Bonnie was G. It was capital name. Yeah. Greater Accra. Yeah. Nakai. It was Akawaka Moikume. Ni Akawa Akanye Moikume. Yeah. Yeah. Ni Ahani Buleke wo Abba ni Ego was saying Gia Hiwale. Yeah. Ekabale. Yeah. Biko. Yeah. Akeshi Lofobake about disrespectful. Yeah. For hosting the capital. Yeah.
The Pune Traditional Council, in its address, called on corporate organizations operating within the area to strengthen their corporate social responsibility initiatives and contribute to local development. The council also appealed to government to address the ongoing sale of state lands to private individuals by the Tamale Development Corporation, TDC.
Let me also appeal to government to compel TDC Ghana Limited to return to its core mandate of using acquired lands for the public good rather than selling them to individuals. The spirit behind the compulsory acquisition of our lands has been betrayed. We can no longer sit aloof while TDC and some of its officials turn land owners, leaving my people landless. The repercussion could be there, and I urge government to act swiftly.
In a sideline interview, Member of Parliament for Katamanso, Joseph Tete Akwatia, revealed that processes were far advanced for the passage of a legislative instrument to upgrade the Katamanso municipality to a metropolitan status.
2021 population census put Katamanso 417,000. I mean, the highest population in the whole Ghana. when you look at district by district, KMA is number 1, 443,000, but they have 4 constituencies. But Katamanso, 1 constituency, 1 district of 417,000. So we realize that there's the need for the municipal status to be upgraded to that of Metro. That's why we attract some resources into the constituency. And luckily, last year, November, we were elevated to that level. But the LI has to be passed. And so I've consulted with the local government minister and also the rest of the people who matter in this. And I've been assured that when we resume, I mean, they will make sure that the LI is passed so that we can actually benefit from that side.
For the people of Bong, Ghomomo is more than a celebration. It is both a reflection of their cultural history and a vision of their collective future.
The celebration of Ghomomo in Bong has largely been linked to the need to champion socio-economic development in the area and other adjoining communities. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Fauzu Masaudu, Bong.
And that'll be all for this edition of the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Do visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. Download the Channel 1 TV app on the Google Play Store and the App Store. I'm Charles Osukumi. Many thanks to you for watching.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Ecobank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rice, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technology.
Let's get into the world of sports like never before.
You know how we do it on Fridays.
Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. on 97.3 City FM for Sports Panorama, your ultimate destination for all things sports.
One of the biggest scandals in this country's history. You can't spend 250 million USD and come out with that.
From the thrill of association football to the excitement of basketball, tennis, athletics, and even emerging sports, we cover it all. Whether it's the Premier League or the latest NBA showdown, we bring you the stories behind the stars.
Getting an opportunity to become a national team coach, he should understand the politics around football.
And don't miss the prayer of the rabbi.
Joe was Zebaut. How Zebaut there? Zebaut won Chaboke Walako.
We're not just about the games, we're about the community.
If you are going to be given this kind of treatment, then you need to be that guy. When I look at him play, he is not it.
Or when it's time for Don't Call Me. Join the conversation as we connect with fans across the country and beyond. What's the latest updates? Send us your thoughts and we'll feature your comments live on air. And remember, we like to hear your predictions for matches and your thoughts in general. Think you know who's going to win? Let us know.
Big shout outs to my YouTube people.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. only on 97.3 City FM. Sports Panorama, where sports come alive. Sports Panorama, your weekly sports fix. Don't miss out on the action. Sports Panorama, catch the excitement every Friday.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umarusanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritizes only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umarusanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.